Hey YouTube, how you guys doing today? I got a review today of two items. They are going to be both the Note 8 ZeroLemon battery cases, the 5500 milliamp battery and the 10,000 milliamp battery. If you guys recall, I did the Note 5 ZeroLemon case, and now I got the Note 8, and the Note 9 is now coming out. So I figure maybe some people will go out to possibly jump on the Note 8 since it will be cheaper this time around. You know, some people might want to jump on the Note 9 yet, so I figure, you know, why not? I got the Note 8, got the cases, might as well allow people to see what kind of extra power they can get out of these today. So let's start with the 5500 milliamp battery. This one, it's very sleek, I guess. I mean, it's not super thick like the Note 5's battery pack. Like I said, this is a 5500 milliamp battery, which is what? Almost less than 200% more than the Note 8 battery itself, which is only 3,300 milliamp amps. This, you know, you get an extra 2,200. Now, while the Note 8's battery life, you know, dependent on your apps, it can last you all day long, maybe a day and a half. Just depend on what you're using it for, or what kind of apps you're running. But you know, if you're kind of in a little pinch, these things help a lot. This one, I love this one because it doesn't make your phone so heavy. You still got, you know, your window for all your, you know, cameras, heartbeat sensor, your, you know, fingerprint sensor. And now this time you got your little USB-C, I don't know if you can see it, right down here, and you got it right here as well. So literally you just kind of place your phone in it, snap it in. Like I said in the Note 5, this one also, I mean, you try to pull it out, it doesn't fall out or anything. And I've never had a problem with this one. I mean, you got your little button down here, you just kind of press it for a little bit, and then, well, it's red now. I used the battery, so sorry about that. Now, this has, it's able to be used quick charged, or like fast charged, like your normal phone would be. It takes USB-C. Obviously, it goes through. You know, it's a pass-through also. So, say you want to go plug it into your computer. Well, guess what? You can charge it while you're doing your computer stuff. You know, sending files, music, whatever you're doing. Just like the Note 5s did. Like I said, this has it quick charges your phone. So there's a, I mean, it does like you would plug it into the wall with its normal charging cable, and it would fast charge it that way. But this also fast charges it. Now, when you also this time when you plug it in, it will charge the phone first. Once that's at 100%, then it will start to charge the battery. Now, I didn't find that it didn't really take a huge amount of time to charge these things. I mean, they don't take that long. I mean, it's been pretty good. You can get your fingerprint to the fingerprint sensors, and I mean, nothing's you know, obstructing anything. One thing I had a gripe about on the Note 5 was that the headphone jack, you know, unless you had something really thin to get into that hole, you were not getting headphones into your headphone jack on your phone while you had your Note 5 case. This time around though, it's quite flush with the phone this time around. And it works, really well. You just plug it in. I mean, it's good to go. I tell you, I've never had a problem with this at all. Yeah, I mean, one thing to be cautious about, sometimes when you're charging this and running your phone a lot, it does tend to get a little hot sometimes. I guess depending on like if it's like summer out or it's it's hot outside too. If you're out there, it's gonna get. Sometimes it does get a little warm. Granted, to be honest with me, I would take my phone out of this case. I mean, I would put it in, put it out, take it in, take it out. I mean, about 2, 3, or 4 times a day. So one thing I need to be clear with you is, hopefully you're not going to be doing the same thing with certain phone like holders, like this right here. Well, you try to put it in here, and look at that. It barely reaches. Like, it won't go up anymore. So you can get it on there, but it's going to be a very tight fit. That's why I ended up opting to take it off every time I would use it. So that's the only. That's more like a standard size for the phone holders. Granted, you can probably find ones that we're gonna hold it, go to a bigger size. I do have ones that are like that, but they're like car mounts, and that's the only one I had that's actually big enough to hold this. So, just to let you know, I ended up, I think I ended up kind of putting too much wear and tear on this, because the way you have to put it in there, you kind of have to put it at an angle slightly. This will bend down a little bit to allow that room to get it in there. But if you're doing it as much as I did, over and over and over again, it tends to make the make everything kind of, the prongs and stuff in there weak, and I think it ended up kind of snapping some of them on the inside. So sometimes it'll try to charge, but then it won't charge. Now, please do not blame ZeroLemon for that. It's not their fault. That was, solely on me. I told you, I was rough with this. I would take it to work, and how I'd treat it at work sometimes. I was kind of rough with it a little. So, like I said, it's just, just a lot of wear and tear on it, unfortunately. Now, if you were, normally, in normal case, if I wasn't putting it in a phone case or in a phone holder, I would keep it in there. Everything would be, it was fine. It was, I loved it. All the buttons, you can hit, they got, all the buttons had a really nice feel on them. Right here, your power, you got your volume buttons right here, and you got unfortunately, your Bigsby button. It also gives you a little information down here, like your milliamps and your nominal capacity. At least I will at least show you what it looks like being inside of it. Let's see. So what you got to do is just kind of slip it in there, and it already, it fits pretty well in there. So it's already in the charger, and it's kind of out a little bit. So all you have to do is just hold on. See, you see how that it just snapped in there? That ain't coming out of there. It is not gonna come out of there. So the only way the only way you can really get it out of there is just kind of. Well, I tell you, it is a little bit difficult to get it out of there like the normal way. Ooh. But like I said, I would suggest not really doing that a lot if you can get away with it. But I would utilize my phone for other applications, so that's why I would always take it out to try and use it in those phone holders. So yeah, it was, like I said, it was my problem, it's my fault. So I've never asked for like a refund or nothing like that. Not going to. Like I said, I know what I've been doing with it, so you know it's okay. But like I said, please don't blame them for it. It's a really good. I do love these. I plan to stick with ZeroLemon because I don't know. I mean, you got your Mophie. Well, Mophie's kind of mainly supports iPhones, and that's all you ever see in, like, you know, stores, Walmarts, or any other store. That's all you ever see is Mophie, mainly for for iPhones, not Samsungs. I mean, maybe you get some, but just not all the, you know, cool tricks and everything else that, you know, comes with it like they do on the iPhone. It's unfortunate. I would have loved to see, you know, more for the Samsungs. I wish more makers would support Samsung, but it's just, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just how it is. So I just kind of stuck with, you know, ZeroLemon. I think it's like, I believe ZeroLemon is like a Amazon brand, I believe. You know, so don't quote me on that, please. Either way, I'd say if that's what you want, you can go ahead and get it. I mean, it is really good to get to that fingerprint, like I said, fingerprint sensor. Everything kind of goes into the cameras and back here, and nothing's obstructed. And it's a pretty it's tough. It is tough, but like I said, you know, when you got your contacts kind of breaking, that's because you're kind of creating lots and lots of wear and tear on it. But you know what, I think that's it for this, the Note 8 5500 milliamp battery case from ZeroLemon. I will now move on to the 10,000 milliamp battery. So let's just place this here. Okay, now onto this one. So the 10,000 milliamp battery, that is from also ZeroLemon. This one is also, I mean, damn near the same size as the Note 5s. You know, I mean, I guess if you kind of compare it slightly, I mean, if you could see it there, you know, it's just a little bit thicker than this one. It's just the way this one kind of folds down. It just kind of goes together with the phone. This one is a little bit more blocky, you know, like the Note 5s. See it now. The battery is built into the case. Like, you know, I mean, look how. I mean, this is what you get. I mean, that's all you need. So all that comes in the box for this is the battery case and also their zero defect card, you know, provided by ZeroLemon. It's like their warranty card, basically. So unfortunately, they don't come with another charging cable. But normally, if you're already charging your phone, you just use that charger or just plug it in here. It will just use the charger you've been using for your phone. So I mean, it's not like what's another cable, I guess. Okay. Now we go back to the 10,000 milliamp battery. So the 10,000 milliamp battery, since it's a lot blockier, the reasoning for that, obviously, it's a bigger battery. Now this is what you're gonna get right here. Now instead of just getting the card and the, you know, case battery, what you get in this one also, which I kind of lost on accident, but is basically an extension cable. Now, like I said, with the Note, with the 5500 milliamp battery, where the audio jack, the headphone jack, sits flush with the phone. Well, with this, they went with the same design this time around, where the speakers right here, they will kind of face forward to you, and they'll just kind of shoot the sound to you. This one, it doesn't sit flush, so because of that, what they did this time around, though, what you do, you just kind of just stick it in there, obviously, just plug it into your phone, and it kind of sits, and it kind of, you know, hangs out a little, but that cable, it is pretty tough. It doesn't seem like it's, you know, kind of flimsy or cheap at all. So you know, they kind of listened and heard, you know, everybody and said, yes, please, we got to get something. How are we supposed to put the damn headphones in here? So with this one, they for the most part, they fixed that problem. I would have still rather had just kind of being able to find a way to sit it flush, but you know, when you're trying to get a battery this huge in here, I'll give it a pass. So let's just give you the battery real quick. All right, so here's the case. You know, it's just a case. Also, this also has the little grooves out here, and it will hold on to that phone. It's not going to come out. I promise you, it won't come out unless you find a way to get out of there. Okay, now here is the battery. So now there's a couple things different about this one. So here is where you plug in your USB-C. And then here in the middle, there's a connector separately this time that comes with it, which is this. Do you see that? This will go into the battery like so. And it's not going to fall out normally. And then your phone will just sit right in there. And then, so after you put both those together, then, or no. Okay, so this will sit into here like so. It's not gonna fall out. Don't be worried. And then the other one will, and then the phone will sit, you know, cradled into here. Now, to put it in your case, what you're gonna do is just make sure the button right here, which you can press once, you know, just kind of tap it, shows you how much battery life you got left. And you got 4 bars indicating your, you know, power level. So white faces the back. Okay. Now the good thing about this is if you're gonna plan on taking your phone out of here like as many times as I do, whereas as with this, you're gonna be forced to, you know, move those prongs that are in there. And, you know, all the contacts getting moved around and kind of making them weaker and break. Well, this one, however, we still don't like to, you know, put our charging cables in and out, trying to charge our phones. It's the point of the, you know, wireless. Which, hey, ZeroLemon, any way to get our wireless on here? Now, what you're gonna do is put your phone in here first, put your battery in here first, your phone on top, and it just sits in there. Just pop it in, and then make sure your longer end goes towards the battery, and you just kind of, and it just clicks in. That's it. That's it. And sometimes it's a pain to pull the connector out. But I mean, you don't want it to really come out. Anyways, that's the point. So, now, another thing that's different about this is there's no USB port on your battery. As the Note 5 there was a USB port on your battery as well. So you were able to charge your phone and your any other USB device that you had. So, you know, it was kind of all around pretty damn good. It was just, like I said, that phone charging port, or phone charging, wow, your headphone jack didn't really like you. But, like I said, they did a lot better with this one. So I think, and like I said, this is a 10,000 milliamp battery. This also quick charges. To hold, you know, you can just hold the button down and it will indicate that it's charging. Or you can hold it again and to turn it off, and one click, shows you the power level. Now, one thing I need to tell you about this case. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the fingerprint sensor, its locations. Not a lot of people do. I could say maybe at first I didn't really care for it, but after being with this phone for a year, I got used to where its position was. I just knew where it was, you know, press it. Now with this, after putting this on here though, you see how far it kind of digs in? Well, if you have already put your fingerprint, you know, usable without using this case, you're gonna want to possibly change it. Your best bet is to have the phone in the case and then redo your fingerprint, you know, scanning, because it's going to be different every time. It's not going to be in the same, you won't be able to get it into the same position. You might, there's a possibility that you might be able to, but I find it easier to just do your fingerprint, you know, stuff after you got your case on, because it'll be in the way it's positioned, it's very awkward to get your hand in there. You know, on the fingerprint sensor, it's gonna be quite awkward. It was for me at first. It was still, you know, sometimes I find it difficult to hit it right on the first try or second or third try sometimes. But it like I said, it is a lot better after you put the case on there and try to use the fingerprint sensor. It is a lot better. So this one also doesn't come with a charging cable, but normally you would already have a charging cable unless you went, you know, straight for wireless charging. Then you're gonna have to go, and depending on what wireless charger you have, you're gonna have to go and get another USB-C cable. I'm very sorry to say that. However, this also has the it also charges the phone first and then charges the battery. Now, this being 10,000 milliamps, it's going to take a little bit longer. If you kill both of them at the same, you know, if you kill them both, it's going to take, you know, more than a couple hours to charge them. Just saying. Let me show you how to put this in here too. Okay. You got your, you know, battery, and you got your case. Plop it in there. Put it in the back. You got your phone. You can just plop it in there. I just put it at the bottom normally, and I mean, it's not a really loud click like, you know, 5500 milliamp battery, but it's not coming out. It is a little bit more flimsy on the sides, but towards the top, I mean, like I said, it's not gonna really come out. And then you got this, plug it in here, and voila. I say that getting to your S Pen, you gotta kind of dig your finger in there to get it out sometimes. So I do find that to be kind of difficult. But you dig your finger in there, it's fine. It'll be fine. But then, like I said, trying to get this out of here, you have to kind of dig your nails into these sometimes, because there's grooves on there to pull it out on the sides of it. They don't really work that well. I mean, not for me. Not really. Alright, I think that is pretty much it for the 5500 milliamp battery and the 10,000 milliamp battery. Case by ZeroLemon. And the 10,000 milliamp battery. And you can get the 10,000 milliamp battery for $60. Now, some may say this might be a little bit more expensive sometimes. I don't know. They're not. To me, personally, they didn't seem to be that expensive. I mean, I think they're quite a reasonable price. And they last for a long time sometimes. Like I said, depending on what you're using, if you got apps that are going to eat your battery up, you know, this is probably going to be the way to go. You know, especially if you don't have a place to charge your phone right away. This will keep your phone running for at least at least a couple days on your app eating. Wow. On your battery eating app. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess this will be the end of this video. Please like and subscribe if you liked it. And if you dislike it, well, dislike it, I guess, you know. And if you guys got any suggestions, any tips for me to kind of make my videos better, or anything that you want me to review, anything, or just kind of, you know, want to talk, just kind of leave a comment down below. I will also leave both links for the 5500 and the 10,000 milliamp batteries, or ZeroLemon case batteries, down below. And you know, you guys can go ahead and pick them up on your own. You know, I hope you guys have a good day, and see you.